obviously we spoke about like Yuki Tsunoda there. I think one seat that he would maybe be eyeing up if it didn't belong to someone's son would be the Aston Martin Honda collaboration that's coming soon. Lance obviously didn't even make the grid after his accident in qualifying. Scary one, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
Didn't even make the race because the car was a flat pack.
Mangled.
Basically, and then they said,
Well, no,
"Look, we don't have instructions right now."
Fair play to the mechanics.
Aston Martin were like, no,
Yeah.
you're not binning it again. Like,
Yeah, mechanics, the car came back, they were just like, fuck this. Like, it's really hot, guys. And like, I'm going to rebuild the car. I'm going to work all night. Also, it's already 4 a.m. here.
Yeah,
I'm now going to work all the way through the morning when I'm meant to be sleeping, which means I have to then wake up at like 4 p.m. in the afternoon.
yeah.
No, mate, just fucking
home.
go to bed.
When
We're
the
all
car's,
going to
when
go
the
to
car's
bed.
coming back in a skip, then it's not racing. The next.
Shows how little faith they have in him to get points. The fact they didn't even want to start him in a race because they think he won't do well
They
enough.
looked slow this weekend.
They
though.
did,
Alonso
but, like,
looked very
That's
slow.
the,
they
yeah,
were
that's the
slow.
struggle.
Also, we are being harsh on the mechanics. I'm sure they did start work onto it. I think it's more like...
that's actually not the reason.
I
He
think-
was
yeah,
actually just
it's Lance after he had a medical checks. He still had aches afterwards, basically. So although
Yeah.
medically he's fine, you can
not
still
surprised
feel...
by that, to be honest with you.
You don't want to be
150
doing
miles an hour.
Singapore and
Or his
He's
head,
doing that
his
quite a bit,
head.
yeah.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a concussion or something.
Yeah. He did, by the way, he did really well to get his hands off the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Because that is such a quick crash, and obviously it snapped, and he
Once
tried
you
to
know,
save it.
yeah.
But even in the motion of between trying to save it and then hitting the wall was probably like half a second.
But you got to, because
You just got to go, wow.
I think that's the thing where many people think, because when you're in a cockpit like this, you can't really just do that with your hands. So the weird thing you have to do is basically just do that kind of thing and then kind of do that. Because if you were to just kind of let go, you have to like move your hands on the headrest.
Your fingers are in a
Surprised we don't see this more in drivers. I mean, Ricardo, obviously that's what his injury was from.
Yeah.
And it was a slow hit and then the wheel spun. I'm surprised we don't see
I think
that happen more often.
There are some hits you can do which you can kind of take. Basically, there are instances where I think Leclerc's one in Monza, where he went into it. He held onto the steering wheel because he kind of went more into the side rather than front on. Well, basically, he held onto it because you can. They still want to try and correct it.
Yeah, I think
Ricardo's one was a bit like a quick jolt, which I don't think he was.
Well, I know
Was it Max
Verstappen.
Yeah, I was about to say
he was
Max
always
Verstappen.
taught
Yeah.
to just firm it and
Yeah.
keep your hands on the wheel and just
awful.
accept it. Which
Yeah.
is probably classic Yoss, isn't it?
Yeah.
your driving standards.
Let go of the wheel. You're being left the track.
Yeah.
I'll let go of you here.
I want this crash to cause you pain. But yeah, no, bless him. Hopefully, obviously, we'll see him back, I'm sure, for Japan.
Yeah, I think Matt Crack said he
Terrible name.
fuck yeah, even saying I can't.
we don't wanna hear
Change your name.
Not live on air, mate.
My Crack said he said he's definitely going to be back for Japan, which I was a bit like, he can't. He said that he's like 100% he's going to be back in the race. Like, mate, you can't just assume
can't
that
guarantee
stuff
it.
straight away.
I mean, he drove with half a hand at the start of the season, so I respect
And he was
that.
overtaking guys. And I was like, whoa.
I know.
He was
was
in
there, I
better
couldn't
form
believe it.
then than he is now.
That's what frustrates me.
Unreal in Bahrain. Stroll.
That's what really frustrates me
he
about
keep
Stroll.
hurting his hand.
Yeah, genuinely, because like even it was Bahrain and then it was Saudi, wasn't it?
He was unreal.
And I always hark back to this move, but I think it was the first lap, and you know that long hairpin at Saudi Arabia, he just went round the outside of a Ferrari, and I was like, hold on a second.
Yeah.
He might actually have the minerals to drive a car that's quick. And then the car broke down. I was like, oh, that's sad. But then from that point onwards, it's just been the same old.
Stroll.
This is sponsored by NordVPN, the fastest VPN out there, Niran. What can you do with a VPN, mate?
If you're going on a holiday, for example,
Okay.
let's say,
Nice.
for example, you're going to Spain.
Oh, where in Spain?
Andalusia. Wow. Let's say, for example, you want to watch like your favorite like fiction film, whatever, about witches and wizards and stuff. You might not be able to watch it whilst you're away in Spain because it's just not available on, say, Netflix or any streaming service that's over there. You can stay at home virtually with NordVPN, so you can watch it. You can change your location
That's crazy.
on the app, on the site, so that you can still watch your favorite shows and films.
That's crazy. And you know what as well, right? You can defend yourself, right? Malware, threat protection.
Yep.
So to grab your exclusive discount on NordVPN plan, head to nordvpn.com/TLL, the last lap. See what I did there?
Yeah, that's good.
TLL.
Yeah, I like that.
For 4 months free, 30-day money back guarantee as well, Niran.
4 months free, you know. Oh, we're out here, man. That's crazy.
That's a lot of days.
We're providing for the people.
We are providing for the people.
Check out the link down in the description below. You will not regret it. 4 months free and a 30-day money back guarantee.
NordVPN.com/TLL.
Yeah. Is there realistically a chance we don't see Stroll in that Aston next season, or
no, or in the
next 2 years?
Honestly, you have to think about it like this: Lawrence Stroll bought this team for his son so he can have a seat.
Simples.
That is simple. So why would he fire the man?
Yeah.
He's not there to make money.
Let him do a simulator or something.
We all understand, everyone understands that relationship there. Everyone knows he shouldn't be in that position because he's not earned it anymore. Everyone who's been his teammate in Aston has beaten him very, very easily. But like you said, none of that matters. It's because my dad owns the team, therefore that literally gives me the seats. Don't care if I'm the back of the grid, I will still be here. I'll be Nikita Mazepin-ing this the entire time.
Have you seen the graph of like when everybody's contracts are ending, drivers, and then Stroll, unknown. Nobody knows the date of this contract ending. Nobody knows the details of this contract. He's on a month-to-month or he's on a 10-year. Nobody knows the details.
Yeah, because there isn't a contract.
How do you even know that?
How do you find someone that don't have a contract? We don't even know.
Yeah. He's under a family contract.
He's on
where's he going to move next month?
Until the bloodline changes.
You have to remember, he's probably a shareholder, like a major shareholder in this. Why would he lose his seat? Yeah. It's only when Lance decides, I'm done with Formula One right now.
Do you not think
I'm not enjoying this anymore? Then Lawrence will sell the team.
Yeah, facts.
Sell it to Honda, maybe.
Do you not think that, like, just playing devil's advocate, if his dad was just like, look, listen, Lance, at that family Christmas dinner, he was just like, look, listen, Lance, I'm not going to lie to you, mate, you're making it hard. You're making things a bit difficult for me to keep spending.
Losing sponsors. I mean, they lost Peroni.
Yeah,
they went to Ferrari.
We're losing sponsors here, yeah? If you don't buck your ideas up, he's not going to actually do it, but if he just says that, he might actually get some more performance out of Lance. Because surely, like, for me, I mean, I'm not an elite sportsman. I know it's difficult to tell, but like,
I keep seeing everywhere about your bloody knee. What's wrong with your knee?
Oh, it's just a joke.
It would have gone pro.
I would have gone pro, but the knee injury got in the way. Get me. That did actually happen though. I was leaving school once, and a guy on a bicycle rode into my knee, and it just like fucked it.
Which one? Your left?
But also just wasn't good enough at football. So that's actually
he went from Liverpool to last lap.
Yeah,
just that moment there.
Which knee particular?
Wouldn't have it any other way. Is my right one.
You're right footed.
I am right footed. Yeah.
If I didn't hurt my wrist, I'll be an F1 right now.
Facts. Yeah, the little pinky injury.
Yeah.
But yeah, surely like a little bit of that complacency creeps in a little bit. If you know your seat's there forever, surely you're not going to go,
well, I think
the extra 0.1%.
Well, I think he already knew that, and that's why in whatever his makeshift contract is for this season, is that he doesn't have to do any media stuff at all. And, and literally, they will pay the fines of not having to do the media obligations because they know people will be like, hey, so why are you shit?
Yeah,
like, and
I've never noticed that. Like you never see any views.
There was one recently, wasn't there?
He did one recently.
There was one recently, and he was just like, car just wasn't very quick. Like, but you were this much slower than Alonso. We'll ask Alonso then.
Yeah, they say apart from like, if it's like a Ted or whoever it was,
went to Canada, right?
That's it. Yeah. Apart from that, like media obligations like this, they will not do because he's wanting to focus on his racing. So surely at the beginning of the season, obviously they were like, mate, you're shit. Get it better, so you need to head down into it, and it's still not working. Yeah. But obviously his dad will know that as well, but he will like, right, I'm just going to give you the best opportunity and best chance to do that by getting a brand new factory, brand new wind tunnel, brand new car. Here's, in theoretically, my thought, the best driver of the grid. I'm going to get you Fernando Alonso, which was after having Vettel. Like, he's doing everything he as daddy can do to get him the best opportunity to be a better driver.
Learn from your mental.
Exactly that.
I think that's why he's awful. It's because he's so spoiled. He can have anything he wants, and he's been put in this amazing team with arguably the best facilities on the grid, at least when the wind tunnel's operational.
Yeah.
For him, he knows he's going to be there no matter how he performs. So why would he perform? Why does he care?
This might be a crazy take, but retrospectively, I'm thinking now, and I'm thinking that 2020 Racing Point might be better than it was.
Yeah,
but they had Checo and they had Stroll.
I think I sort of only agree because the beginning of the season, but they had copied directly from Mercedes.
Yeah.
Whereas here, this season, they hadn't done as much. Obviously, now we're in the stage now where all the other teams are starting to develop where, oh, that side bottle looks good and oh, that rear wing looks kind of good. And everyone's starting to now blend the best bits together.
That Racing Point was good, though.
It was good. So I'm thinking, did they
even
maximize that car?
Yeah.
Those two guys.
I think Perez was just brilliant.
Perez was fantastic.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's why he got the Red Bull seat that season.
But to be fair, ultimately, like that was probably Stroll's most impressive season to me.
Yeah, he got
pole
pole. I mean, he got
in
pole.
Turkey.
He got pole in Turkey, and
podiums or something.
yeah, he was quite unlucky. I remember him. Yeah, he got a couple of podiums, and he was like doing well, in, like Mugello, for example, and the car just failed.
Yeah,
just blew up and whatever. And it's like he was actually pretty good. That's why it's so frustrating because I know there's actually like a decent driver in there.
Just inconsistent.
Obviously,
good stuff
he's
as
just
well
inconsistent.
before. Yeah.
His junior record is good, but it's all Prema. You're just in the best team the entire time all the way through. So it's kind of a little bit hard to judge. But
He has got good pace, but like we were saying before,
It is consistency.
with Yuki of saying, is he like a Red Bull driver? No. But is he a good F1 driver? Yeah, sure. Like compared, if you put him against, like Magnussen or Hulkenberg or I don't know, even like Zhou or something like that. It's like, yeah, he's in that collective bunch of like, these are F1 drivers. Are they going to be world champs or what have you? It's yeah, he fits in that bubble, but the team's not going to succeed.
And there are always drivers throughout Formula One history that are never going to be champions, but just kind of stick around. Drivers like Sutil, Glock, that are always there. They're not spectacular, but I just think he can suit another team much better. Like at Aston Martin, they want to win championships. He won't do that. He needs to go somewhere else.
I think I saw a stat. Alonso scored more points from the beginning of the season to Baku, which is 4 races, than Lance has scored all season.
There you have it.
yeah, what do you think Stroll has to do to like actually impress us? Because obviously Fernando Alonso is Fernando Alonso, right? And this is like it's like a double-edged sword of like, cool, you can have a really experienced teammate that's amazing and he can learn everything there is to learn, but also it's Fernando Alonso you're competing against, so he's probably going to get slapped. Like, what is a metric for us that we look at Stroll and we go, no, but I mean, like, what could he achieve?
Oh, I see.
And we'd go, okay, right, you've actually done a decent job here.
I think it's, I'd say time delta. That's what teams look at when they're assessing a driver. If it's, I would say for him, to Alonso, given his dad running the team, given everything he's been given, to warrant staying in the team, I don't know what you guys think. I'd maybe say, well, no more than half a second, I would say, to Alonso. Yeah. Because Alonso is, he's Alonso. He's amazing, especially this year. And I think, if he doesn't achieve that, I say he's going to be dropped, but he won't be dropped anyway. No matter what he does, no matter how much slower he is, it won't change a thing.
I think, it's just like, it's like also with the qualifying and also the standings.
Been struggling with that massively
qualifying
recently.
Huge one. That's where I'm like, you need to get that 1 lap pace down to like properly figure out how you're going to do that.
Because I'm looking at the Constructors' Championship now. I mean, we don't have it up on the screen, but like I saw the Drivers' Championship earlier, and Lando is now only about 15 or so points behind George Russell, which is mental to me. Yeah, given the difference.
Probably close
between.
now. Right?
No,
after this race.
Yeah, it's something like that after this race. It might be like 12 or something. And obviously, Fernando Alonso has been third for a long time in this Drivers' Championship, but the difference in pace between McLaren and Aston Martin now, with this many Grand Prix left, there's probably a chance that McLaren could overtake Aston Martin. Yeah, between now and
the development McLaren have been doing is been rapid,
and Stroll not being there is most of the reason why. Yeah, if we're going to be honest, because Fernando Alonso's probably done everything he could have done.
Yeah, less than 100 points between McLaren and Aston Martin right now.
How many races left?
7.
And you got it's 2 against 1.
Yeah, it is basically
driving one.
And Piastri's getting his upgrades next race.
Yeah,
that's because he only had 3 or 4 in this one, whereas Lando had 9.
Yeah, it's not impossible. It'll be tough. It will be tough. I didn't realize it was that much, but it's not impossible, and the reason for that is because Stroll's not been pulling.
I hope they do overtake. Because I prefer McLaren, but just out of principle, you can't have a team with one driver that scores you points. Yeah, you can if your car is ridiculously good. Yeah.
Red Bull
or Red Bull, for example.
Red Bull racing right now.
Red Bull now.
But you can get away with that. Yeah. But if you're trying to build a team, get higher in the constructors to get the revenue, prize money to be able to reinvest, you need 2 drivers doing that. McLaren are hitting the nail on the head on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now those cars are similarly paced. The Merc, Ferrari, Aston Martin, and McLaren. You're seeing the driver skill
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
And if you've just got a passenger, because how much times am I going to see Alonso in Q3 and Stroll's out in Q1?
Yeah.
And it's also something you can't really teach. Like, there's also like, you can have people who've done go-karting and getting coaching for years, but ultimately it's kind of like, unless you can actually properly learn and adapt, it's so hard to change out of that. And I think with like Stroll, because he's been doing it now for so long, he knows how to drive an F1 car in his own way.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to like teach in quotations an old dog and new tricks kind of thing. Like you can have him around the best facilities, best drivers, what have you, but ultimately, if you've been doing something a certain way for so long, it's so hard to kind of retrain that. So I don't think we will see an improvement from Stroll ever again, really, to combat or even come close to Alonso. I realise that's quite harsh, but I mean, like, that's the reality.
No, I mean, but in terms of in his comparison against Fernando Alonso, I hear it. You know, I think a driver gets to a certain point in their career, in terms of not in terms of age, but how long they've been in the sport, and there's only marginal gains they're going to make in terms of pace. Very marginal. Other than that, it's experience, racecraft, and whatever.
I think it's adversity as well. Stroll's faced zero adversity in his life. Everything has been handed to him on a platter. Maybe that's harsh, but
it's such a funny way of saying it. But I hear it. Yeah, no,
he's a billionaire child, right?
Yeah. So he's faced nothing tough, nothing that he needs to, dig deep and get over and sort out. If he has a bad car, his dad will buy a different team. So I'm not surprised that he's just nowhere, because there's no way he doesn't know how to improve.
Yeah, just to find that resolve almost. I mean, I'm sure there's been times during his junior career where he's had to dig deep a little bit, but like you're right. Yeah. It's only marginal because of the overall position that he's in, which is usually like the best car in a junior category, or just you're not going to lose your seat in an F1 car, so it's fine.
You have to remember, look, you are a person that's not as motivated as the drivers around you. And you're dealing with people that have crazy skills.
Yeah.
Like, they're more talented than you, the drivers that are around you. So we're talking about the Ferrari drivers, the Merc drivers, the McLaren drivers. You're going to get exposed in that area.
Yeah. You have to want it more.
You have to want it more. Putting Alonso in that seat might have been a disaster because he's exposed your son even more.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like, it's
also
so hard now.
means we can see this new Alonso coming back, and it's been great to see.
Yeah, so, that is one thing. Yeah, I love it. Fernando Alonso being back.
I wanted him out of the championship because I was like, mate, he's too old to get some new blood in.
Yeah.
Slap me wrong, fair play. I love it.
Slapped him Aston.
To be able to perform at that age,
so
unbelievable.
So good. Magic Alonso.
Mercedes did nothing.
Yeah, facts. Also been his best team move decision in about 15 years.
Alpine look horrible right now.
Horrendous. Yeah.